How Long Gone recording in progress. It's Chris Black. It is 12 degrees in New York right now. I don't know what the real feel is, Jason, but it's a little too real feel for me, if you know what I'm saying. How are you doing on this beautiful Sunday morning? Super Bowl Sunday, the Lord's Day. There's too much going on.
A lot of pros and cons in the air today. On the upside, high of 81 in beautiful Glendale, California. You like that, Chris?
You know, I made my bed and I'm lying in it. I'm kind of okay with it. Obviously, I'm suffering, but I'm going
At
to.
least you got Tekla sheets, huh?
I would never use Tekla sheets. I don't like color.
Really?
No, I don't like colored sheets.
They don't make white?
I mean, they do, but I think that...
Is the white too off?
Kinda. I mean, I wear Tekla shorts and pajamas and robes, but I just white sheets only. I don't want to express myself when it comes to sheets.
Okay, Kanye. Well, yeah. So on the upside, yes. You know, I'm potting in a wife beater on Sunday with the edible, and I got a nice smoothie going with cold brew and cool whey protein powders. On the downside, over the weekend, I was brutally frame mogged by Sombr at the Poppy and Listerine strip record release party.
I was going to ask if I have read the word mogged so many times in the last 24 hours that I feel confused. Like I feel like I know what it means, but then I read it many more times and I feel like it's losing meaning somehow. If that makes sense. But you were mogged by Sombr, and I want to give respect to our friend Shane.
Only frame mogged.
I would like to.
Let's be clear. Only frame mogged.
I would like to give our friend of the show Shane some credit. Because
why can't you just say Shane normal? Why do you have to do a little chuckle before you say Shane, Chris?
Well, because anytime you're calling someone by their government name, I feel like it's. If
Nomi Fry were here, she would put his name in quotes, wouldn't she?
Yeah, yes. But I want to. His album release party that you.
It was just a single release party.
Even better, single release party was sponsored by Poppy, which I believe is a. Is that a probiotic soda, or is it merely just a La Croix, competitor, a Spindrift?
I think it's got a little probies. And I've never tried a Poppy. I know that they are doing quite well, and they are responsible for getting a nice little check for our friends of the show, Charlie and Rachel Sennett, over the last couple months. So we make much love to our friends at Poppy. Send over the 12-pack, not the variety, just the flavor you think I'll like. But then Listerine, there's stickers all over the party that just said the word vibes. And I was like, guys, it's 2026. This is the peak of coolness. What's going on here?
It's not the peak of coolness. That's the issue. But I was very taken by the photo that I saw on Pop Crave, where it's Sombr in all of his, size 25 waist glory, leaning casually against a table, and there's just a bowl of Listerine strips next to him.
Yes.
and he's
that's right.
And but we talked about this a little bit, but it is crazy that maybe 10 years ago even a record label, part of the record label's responsibility in their relationship with the artist that they signed, it was to kind of pay for this sort of stuff,
Yeah.
Where a listening party is a pretty classic music business activity that's been going on since the beginning of time. Now you take Sombr, who's making that record label, I would say, more money than most, and he is. I would imagine Sombr put a little of that Poppy and Listerine money in his pocket. I mean,
hopefully that's how it worked out. But that's what you just said is what I was thinking the whole time I was there. Obviously I was out of place. I was too old to be there for sure, but got to see some friends, got to build with Audrey H, and she's going to come on the pod soon and build, and we had fun. Mikey and Tim were there, and the opening DJ played Selena Gomez, Love You Like a Love Song, featuring The Scene, which is one of my favorite tunes. I'm too straight to play it out. Great song in public, but
It's been said and done. Every beautiful thought's been already said.
Let's say like in the heyday of the music industry, whatever, 70s, 80s, 90s, the record label would just like, hey, we have our hit artist is going to have a new song come out. We're going to throw a party at the Chateau, champagne, caviar, Coke, bitches, the whole thing. It's beautiful. We're printing money, all as well. And then in our generation, the aughts, maybe we'll get Ciroc to pay for this. Maybe we get Red Stripe to pay for, alcohol brands were fueling all of this stuff.
Which makes sense.
And it made a lot more sense. You're like, we're at a party. We get free drinks, and we put up the hypnotic branding and the banner above the bar, and you get the cups, and it's fine. It's non-intrusive, non-invasive, all is well. And then maybe because now nobody's drinking as much, or I don't know, but like Listerine vibe stickers, it's just so disconnected.
I believe that the vibe stickers belong to Poppy.
That's Poppy. And Poppy's on vibes.
Listerine is, I will say that, funnily enough, in this situation, I believe that Listerine feels more party appropriate than Poppy. Just because having fresh breath while drinking and smoking is a priority for many. And I will say this, that the Listerine strip, the packaging, it is so small that it does fit inside of a suit pocket pretty comfortably as an alternative to mints or gum.
Yeah, I'm looking at the photo right now. Sombr keeps it fresh with Listerine during the release party of his new single, Home Wrecker.
It's so good.
And I am seeing
it's so good.
The tray of Listerine breast strips, the pocket pack, and with a Sombr to scale. Yeah, it is quite small. It is quite small. And I'm also noticing that Sombr has finger tats that say LES on his knuckles, like he's in fucking agnostic front.
Well, I think in Shane's defense, in Warzone Shane's defense,
I know that he's not
born and raised
LES.
No, I think he's born and raised LES.
I know. He earned the stripes, but still.
But I agree. He's no rabies.
It's just funny. It's a funny thing to see. He's no rabies.
He's no rabies. Oh God.
Yeah, and hardcore fans, watch this space. This week we have a great hardcore band coming on.
Arguably one of the best of all time for my money, especially for our generation. Yeah, I would say.
I can't wait to ask him if Jane Doe was his Black Album.
So how much do you hate doing this right now on a scale of 1 to 10?
Nah.
Well, I've been suffering. So a guy that I get a lot of Instagram content from who goes by the handle Balenci Owens is like
Balenciaga and Rick Owens together.
Exactly. He's sort of like he's probably maybe a little older than us. It seems to be suburban sort of dad vibe.
Yeah, I pulled it up. Balenci Owens, best known for his viral designer pickup videos, says he's now in debt after using Klarna's buy now, pay later service to fund his shopping addiction.
That's what I was getting to. I was going to say that I want to give Balenci Owens props for sort of coming to terms and leveling with his 13.7 thousand followers, that he is using credit to pay for his Vetmont hats. So I think it's brave, because I think a lot of guys in his position are probably doing the same thing. I've actually never heard anyone talk about Klarna, like actually using it. You know what I mean? I've heard people talk about Klarna and debate its merits and is it good for society, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But I've never heard anyone actually say, I used Klarna and then it got a little out of control. So I'm proud of Balenci for doing that. I think it is truly brave.
I mean, he's a middle-aged man. He seems to be, about our age, bald, gray hair. And I think the video where he's laying it all out on the line, he's wearing a hoodie that says straight out of Raider Nation instead of straight out of Compton.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's weird to see the cross-section of guy who looks like this, who's wearing like a Raiders hoodie and also buying a $1,700 Vetmont hat. You know what I mean? The cross-section of those two worlds is so, other than like a Mexican gay drug dealer. Well, you
don't make it down to Vernon that much, but I think a lot of guys like this exist down
Does he
there.
live in Vernon? You don't know about Vernon, bitch.
No, that was a joke for you. No, I assume the Raiders Nation leads me to believe, obviously I know they're not located in the greater Los Angeles area anymore, but I would assume this guy lives in some part of Southern California is my guess.
Okay.
And that's not no shade to Southern California. I'm just putting together context clues based on the Raider Nation hoodie and sort of his tastes. But I wanted to give a shout out to him. Very brave. And I hope that to ruin your life for 13,000 followers is one of the more modern problems that we have.
I'm surprised that you know who this guy is. Pretty impressive.
I get a lot.
New to me.
It was like anything else. Like I watched one clavicle video, and now I fucking hear Mogged every day and know what chicks he's fucking at ASU. I can't escape it. Or this Peloton woman who's gone viral. I can't escape this stuff. I'm looking at that picture of the. Have you seen the picture of the hot sashimi? Like where it's like a sashimi with a fat ass and the rice and wasabi are looking at her ass. It's crazy.
When you said hot sashimi, I thought you meant like it was like a dragon roll or something like that.
They've made.
You mean it's a sexy?
they've made sashimi look sexy and give it like the way they do it with an M&M. They give her big eyelashes and nice red lips.
Who's posted? Where do I find an image like this?
I've seen it 15 times.
When I look, I just searched sexy sashimi on Twitter, and it's mostly pornography.
It's a restaurant somewhere.
It's
for
almost
sure.
all pornography.
Look at this picture. I just sent it to you. Look at this picture.
Oh, okay. This is AI generated, Chris.
Yes, of course. But I'm just saying, like,
oh God,
I have seen
Chris is slop posting now. You son of Jesus Christ!
I did not post. Do not say that. I looked. But I've seen this 15 times because people, I guess, remotely related to me, are reposting this sexy fish, and they're like, yeah. I don't want to know this.
I think you need to do a Lauren Sherman style trimming of the hedges and maybe do some unfollowing, because this isn't
a follow. This is for
I'm a
you.
foodie, Chris, and I have never seen this.
This is for you. To be
okay,
clear.
so I'm looking at right now the rice ball is called.
But his face is giving about to be demon mode. I like that.
Oh, Chris, come on. But yeah, he went over and there's a little pile of wasabi. And he's sort of treating that like coconut oil on this piece of salmon belly. And she is really fired up. He's rubbing the wasabi all over her fat ass. And now he's pouring that sodium-free... Oh, now he's drizzling the soy sauce on his own ass. And then they fuck. He straight up fucks. Jesus Christ. Destroy... Girth masters this... Oh, my God. So deep, put her butt to sleep, and then the salmon eggs pop out as if that's how sex works. Oh my God! There's so many children who are learning about sex for the first time from this brain rot sloppa.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We're banning the word slop on this podcast. I've said that before. I don't ever want to hear slop again.
Well, you can't send me slop and expect me to not say the S word.
This isn't slop. This is not slop. This is art that was created using digital technology.
What about brain rot?
I don't want to hear brain rot ever again either. I don't know. I just don't. I
don't want to see it.
I think slop is unfortunately one of those words that has taken hold and being applied in many places, maybe where it shouldn't be.
Of course,
it's a good descriptor, I think, to some extent. But you can't be. I think we got to choose one. If you want to talk about sweet green and call it a slop bowl, you can do that. If you want to talk about AI and call it AI slop, you can do that. You can't do both.
Woke can't mean two different things. Yapping used to be derogatory, and now it just means having a conversation.
Yeah, it doesn't. None of this makes sense anymore.
Woke used to mean you don't trust the government, and now it means you're gay. And slop is on the same path, Chris. Get the slop out. We needed a new word for slop.
But I would say that slop, when it was applied to kava and that felt appropriate, because slop to me is giving food. As a
sure
when used derogatory.
Yeah, but people will say slop as in the food that pigs eat, as in, the TikTok content you're just shoveling it into your mouth like Michael Rappaport.
But I'm not. That's my whole point. I'm not eating it. I'm watching it, so it doesn't work. That's my whole point.
But
you can't have slop for the eyes.
It is slop for your eyes, Chris.
No,
come on.
No. That's not the definition of the word. If we're gonna say it's like what pigs eat, then it has to stick in the culinary space. That's my whole point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to police people's language. Of course, use whatever pronouns you want. I'm just saying that I find it's being applied too many places, I guess is what I'm saying.
What else is fucking new?
Well, it takes away from the impact, I guess.
Yeah, and also maxing. Not everything is maxing, you guys.
You can't max, yeah.
Only one thing is maxing.
Going to the bathroom is not piss maxing. You're just going to the bathroom. Like,
it's only piss maxing if you hit a PR.
Yeah,
that's the only time you're allowed to say it.
Yeah, you can't do you're right. Everything isn't maxing. It's like
if my piss yield mogs yours, then yeah, I'm piss maxing. But otherwise, I'm simply using the restroom.
I feel so soon. How soon before Clav Leclerc dies?
That's what I called it already. I said 48 months.
Okay, I give him less. I don't really understand it anymore. So he just goes places and like fucks chicks and like does GHB. I don't get what is his output? Is it streaming? Is he like on Twitch? Kick. Okay, but he's just merely a streamer.
I think so. Kick is like Twitch, but you could say the N-word when you're white.
Okay. It's a really dark. it is really, really dark because they're points that I've seen, he's getting wheeled out like Kanye on the SSRI heavy dose. Like it don't look like he's all there.
How bummed would you be if your daughter was at ASU and she popped up on the feed, checking her hair in the kick cam replay and knowing that your daughter is about to get Clav Max?
Let me tell you something right now.
But also, if he's on so many amphetamines, maybe his dick is not mogging.
Oh, he's probably taking other stuff to combat that. But I would say that if you let your daughter go to ASU, I think that's also, you kind of know what you're getting into. You know, if that's her top school, you know that your daughter's a little bit of a hoe.
I wonder if colleges are going to start instating like streamer, like this is a Clav free zone, like streamers are not welcome. I think we're going to have to set some hard line rules because it used to be like the revolution of young kids who are not using social media and they're living their real lives outside.
Yes.
And I think we're going to have a division of people who are like, we just do not, like the people who are in the streamer world. You guys can just live in your own world, kind of like how we're going to annex California. Like you guys just live in your own place, and you can have Miami. We'll go to Fort Lauderdale. We'll go to Louisiana, whatever it needs. But you guys are in your own separate zone, and we're going to continue on with the regular zone because we can't cross the streams too much. Only bad things happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind something like that. I wouldn't mind giving them their own country. They got to go to the British Virgin Islands or something. That's where they live. I mean, I saw a pic because Dave Portnoy is in San Francisco, of course, for the Super Bowl, and my
5'2" king.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's a video of him with a chick that was 5'3", and they were the same height. And I was like, I always thought people were being a little,
Right.
I thought it was like, oh, he's short, ha ha ha. But wow, like I know he can't run. But I didn't know he couldn't run because he was so...
Nobody tippy toes better than him.
No, but I was shocked.
He's a tippy master.
5'3" is crazy, bro. That's like absolutely crazy. Thank God he's rich.
It's it's like Napoleon, but for college basketball. It's just little man getting bread, eating pizzas. He's doing the thing. But yeah, I guess speaking of the Super Bowl and San Francisco, I'm really noticing in the last week that the world has somehow discovered San Francisco for the first time this weekend. It's like,
yeah.
It says people are talking about it like they're going to Dubai or something like that. Like, wow, look at this. There's like a road that goes all squirrely, twisty down this track. And there's a big bridge and like, wow, it's like seafood and Asian people. I just thought that everyone knew about San Francisco.
Yeah.
But maybe this is the first time people from MAGA states are visiting this place.
Definitely. I mean, San Francisco is one of America's probably, I think, considered by a lot of people one of America's great cities. Like it's a real city
100%,
that like
100%.
has a lot of.
I would say it's a top 5 city of America.
Yeah, it has amazing cultural history. I think it was sort of it had a down moment during COVID, and I think it's sort of coming back. But I also think that the Super Bowl is you're right. It's like, oh, Full House was real? I didn't know they had these. I didn't know they had all this stuff. This is nice.
Well, in the same way that Bill Gates created the COVID vaccination so we could secretly vaccinate his wife on the HPV virus that he gave her, a long play that I admire. I think that people, the tech oligarchs, took San Francisco, and they were always sort of on the outside. The cool San Francisco, the queer community, is very kind of anarchy and punk and queer and different. Keep San Francisco weird energy. And then we kept the nerds at bay. And then the nerds during COVID sort of made the city not cool to live in anymore. The cool people left. AI money is coming in. And now it's turned into like the worst Manhattan finance bro strongholds tech.
I think it's better now than it was 5 years ago, though.
Well, like, yeah, it's better than it was 5 years ago, but 5 years, everything was better than it was 5 years ago. It's just, it's a pump and dump.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. But I think you're right, though. People are discovering it for the first time, and it is funny to see. But there's nothing much to say on it other than I just think it's funny that like that.
Yeah, and also speaking of Super Bowl, I want to talk about you being in San Francisco, but did you see our man Ryan Gosling getting flamed for throwing that troubling football that he threw on that commercial?
Oh, I thought that was just fake. Like I thought he just I didn't know what that. I think
the throw was real, but then like they use CGI or whatever to make the ball like fly 200 feet into the middle of the donut hole sign.
what was that fake charity that was around so long ago? It feels like it's for a fake charity. It feels like it's for,
I think that he was promoting like a movie or something.
and it feels very To Write Love on Her Arms vibes.
Or
to
like
me.
the people that do like the stop H8 with the duct tape over their mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like what is this for? I don't know, but it's so important.
I didn't click on it. I saw that Ryan Gosling video 40 times, and I did not click on it at all.
Oh, really? Well, people are upset that, many people's goats, women want to fuck him, men want to be him. Smooth cat, he's got it all. But then, you can really tell about a man with the way he throws a ball. And he throws that football in a way. It's not, it doesn't look like Steven Urkel doing it, or, it doesn't look.
We really expect Ryan Gosling and his fillers to throw a fucking touchdown
he
pass.
doesn't do a McLovin style throw, but he's a buff, sexy,
Is it that bad?
all-American guy. It's not that bad, but it's bad enough to raise. It ruffled my feathers.
I think people are being a little. I think it's also he only comes out from his cave in Pasadena once every 6 months. So for it to be him throwing a football through a donut is not. I think that is
But
also.
it's I guess that's the beauty or the magic of the Hollywood mysticism where we see the photos of him on your Tumblr where he's got the place beyond the pines. He added 30 more pounds of muscle. He got a bunch of
hate
fake
that. I
tattoos,
fucking
bleached
hate
his
that
hair
jacket.
while the
Hate
wife
it.
beater on. He looks so hot. He's just objectively he's as hot
You
as
know how
but,
long?
like,
Do you know how long ago that was? Like Ryan Gosling's irrelevant. That's
it's
the
like
other
15
problem.
years ago.
It's
But
a long time ago.
well, all that is to say, he just looks like the object of masculinity. He's gonna ride a fucking motorcycle, kill a guy, and then fuck your chick. It's all there. But then he was doing like breakdancing on the Disney Channel when he was 5 years old. Like he never got a chance to learn how to throw a ball like a man.
Okay, the throw. I'm looking at it now. I've watched 5 times. A little replay. It's not great.
I know you fancy yourself a spiral artist.
I'm going to throw a fucking spiral in this position, and we're going to do it until I look good too.
Whereas I'm more of a baseball man, you're more of a pigskin fella. What do you think? Rated on the pitchfork scale, how do you rate his throw?
The problem is it's hard to tell because the results were altered.
Give me a number.
No, but
What point one?
6.3.
6.3. Okay.
I just think that
Light 6.
But I think that with no receiver on the other end, it's a little tough. It's a little tough to tell because if you make, if it's
we're not talking about where the ball is ending up or going. We're talking about the way his body looks when he throws
Jason,
a ball.
do you think I could?
His arm, his shoulders, his placement.
I can't separate those things, Jason. I think the result is part of the journey, and if he hits him going across and we get some yardage, I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna. I don't know how I can just act like that didn't happen. But when you're throwing to no one,
if he hits his guy there and he can get out of bounds,
that's what I'm saying. If he hits him and
stop the clock, I think.
If he hits him in the numbers and we go for it on 4th, I think it's something. I don't know. I think, like for example, if he's going for 2 and that's a game winning. That's different.
We're so fired up for Super Bowl. Like he's not even gonna punt on 4th down. Like this
We don't
is
punt.
what I live for.
We don't punt, bro. We're going for it every time. That's my.
We don't punt. You know who else doesn't punt? Bad Bunny.
I wish you would. Punt.
I of course will be boycotting the Super Bowl unless Bad Bunny decides to sing in English. Thank you very much.
Well, I think he's. Did you see the video of Cardi B doing a stripper style dance for a robot, and then they fell over?
Of course, all faded. Just drunk as hell at like 1:15. Freaking a robot until it falls on top of you in public.
I was like, you need to.
It doesn't get better,
bitch. You need to go home. That's going to be. That video is going to. That's her career now.
Cardi B looks like that salmon sashimi. That's her. Cardi B has just turned. They should just replace Cardi B with AI salmon sashimi with a fat ass.
And I love Cardi B. I think she in a lot of ways is a national treasure.
She is other than her history of drugging, raping, and robbing people. She is America's sweetheart.
That's fine with me. That's if you're into that underworld, that's kind of on you. I
agree.
But I found that video to really sum up the sort of where we are in the world because it just really had it all.
Because I guess the only people, A-list people who have interacted with these robots who are really going down to Boston Technology Labs to kick the tires. We got Kim K, a known voluptuous lady doing tasteful nudes with the SpaceX, Twitter, Elon Musk, Tesla robot. And now you got Cardi B, another 5'2", 200-pound voluptuous woman. over here with the other one. It's very like, this is the iPhone and this is the Samsung. You know, we got the little Cricket wireless over here. There's going to be like a new, like a Ryanair, Southwest Airlines robot that's going to get like.
It's too.
Who would be the person for that?
Also, do we? I wonder if that was planned,
Whoa,
or
Vicky.
if she.
Sorry, go ahead.
She walked out of the hotel room after having 7 shots of of Casa Azul, and she just saw the robot standing. Standing because the robot could have just been standing there. It could have been a friend of one of the autograph seekers or a member of TMZ, and she just saw the robot and couldn't help herself but pop that thing.
I believe the robot. I'm just getting the report in. It does. It's been registered to NBA Young Boy, so I think she may have had that on loan from him.
That's nice of her to. That's nice of her to do that. But I gotta say, San Francisco was absolutely lit, man. It was like I guess I'd never been in a city for the Super Bowl before. I've been in, I guess I was in Atlanta for the Olympics, but I was like a kid, so I've never really experienced it. It is really hard to get anywhere. And
you've never been bull mogged in a city?
I've never been bull mogged. I was like, I mean,
it's interesting.
The Thom Browne GQ thing was at the Legion of Honor, which is this beautiful museum. It was amazing. Like the setting was really nice.
I think they're opening for Warzone, right?
Yes, yeah. Legion of Honor. Legion of Honor had 3 EPs with Trust Kill.
Legion of Honor, and then it's Legion of Honor, then All Out War is at 7:15, and then we can probably just cruise after that.
But it was like it was one of the most beautiful drives I've ever done. It was like so fucking nice. But everything
from the Castro to the Legion of Honor?
No, very funny. From Berkeley.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're staying in B-Town.
We stayed in Berkeley, and the drive was. I thought Berkeley, and I loved it there. I really liked it, and I thought it was going to.
Is there a but?
I thought it was going to be more of a 30-minute drive into San Francisco. You know what I mean? A quick 30.
You're hoping for a little bop over the hill, just a little more, yeah, it ain't, Studio City to the Chateau. Oh, it's 27 minutes. Not bad.
It ain't that. We're touching an hour, and it wasn't. It wasn't in a Waymo, so I had to make small talk. But I think I said this when we were talking to Bruce Hornsby, but I was like in a hotel that was basically on the campus of Berkeley. So it was an amazing. I hadn't been around college students, and New York college students are different. They like look cool. Berkeley college students, man, I know those are the future leaders of America, and they're. But
did you face mog all the Berkeley students?
I actually did, but so the level of nerd that was walking around that campus, I was like, I hope you are so smart, because if you try to do anything else, you are going to fail. I mean, just guys that looked like gray from sitting in front of computers.
Oh.
It was mostly the fellas, like
Okay.
It was just like guys with like. They just looked like they'd never communicated with another human being in their entire lives that wasn't on a computer.
Like this is the first generation of like iPad babies who are now old enough to buy a gun and vote.
Yes.
And get a 4.7 on their
easily. Beautiful campus, like great, like funny, weird food. I went to this, like there was like a Taiwanese coffee place next to the hotel. It was the closest coffee option. And it was all filled with students. They were all studying. I was like, I'm sure this will be fine.
Was it giving boba?
Oh, it gets worse. Hold on. So it's all screens. You can't order with a person, of course. You have to
hell. First Bad Bunny, now this.
Type it in. But then I'm looking at the menu and I'm like, wait a second. This is billed as Binge Coffee House, and there is no. I'm like, can I get? And then so finally I flagged down an employee. I'm like, hey, could I just get a coffee? And they were like, oh well, this is the most like coffee thing we have, and it had chocolate in it. It was like a full. It was like a full Starbucks. I was like, I can't. But I'm saying like, can I get a cup of coffee? And she was like, no. I'm like, what about a cold brew? They're like, no.
Okay, when you're looking on Yelp or Google or whatever, and you see the closest coffee shop, and it's a Taiwanese spot and it's giving boba, you really have to dig deep. You have to look on the menu and see if it's going to be your kind of coffee shop.
It was so close to me. It was so close that it was worth.
You thought you'd at least just pop in. You had the data.
But I will say that was the charming part about Berkeley is there was no corporates. There really wasn't like corporate businesses. So I was happy to walk around and give my money to independent operators. And the other charming thing about that whole neighborhood is there's several independent bookstores that seem to be thriving, which is sort of kind of unheard of. Like I posted a picture today, but I went by this, Pegasus Books, which is definitely some fake anarchist shit. They had Comet Bus in the window. I was like, I'm feeling at home right here. You know what I mean? The
The
weather's
spirit
nice.
of the 90s is alive in Berkeley.
Are you killing me? Walking from the hotel, passing by a Comet bus in the window to go to Equinox. That describes me perfectly. That's my entire being.
Chris Black, old Riot Girl ass.
Yeah, exactly. But getting to and from. But the Thom Browne show was like in a museum, so it was sort of like it was kind of crazy, like the setup. But it was very it was great. I'm glad I was there.
I feel like there's been a lot of fashion shows in the museums, right?
Yeah, I know, but I think they had to have art handlers moving like Rodin sculptures and shit to make it work. Like I think it was like a little more. I think it was like I don't know.
I think I've been to that museum actually.
It was great.
It's quite a space, right? It's a beautiful building.
It's a beautiful building, yeah. And the weather was pretty good.
Do it got stories?
Do it got stories, you mean as far as
flights? Levels of a building.
I thought you meant Instagram. I'm like, probably, yeah. Well, I was on.
Does it have a storied past?
I think it has. Yes, I think it does because we went into there's like a theater room that was sort of ground zero for like all the live stream.
I just remember being stare-mogged by that museum, but I could be wrong. It's been some time.
No, there's probably more stairs than I had access to, depending on where you are. But there was I was talking to Rob, who's like the head of special projects, Thom Browne, because they released these ASICs that everybody is liking quite a lot, and they are very good. I will be getting a pair, but the other collaboration was the Bose, the classic Bose sort of over ear that all the businessmen wear on the plane, like the OG noise canceling,
the V1.0 noise canceling headphones. When they're the only show in town.
Yes, and they
I'm
fold.
looking at these ASICs right now. They do look pretty nice.
They're sick. They're really good. The gray ones especially.
Kind of like a little Nike TN mixed with the little gay stripe. It's looking good.
But the head.
Carry on.
He brings me a sample. He's like, oh yeah, we did a Bose collaboration. I'm like, oh shit, let me see. And because I used to wear those all the time, and I love them because they're hard to. They do this funky fold up in the case. That's sort of like, no matter how long you have these headphones, you never really do it right the first time. It's actually amazing.
Right.
So anyway, he brings them out of the case, and I'm like, "What's the lining?" He's like, "Oh, that's cashmere." So we got the cashmere lining on the like ear cradle.
Is this a How Long Gone exclusive?
There's pictures.
This has not made it to Hidden NY.
If it's not hidden, and then the band is also cashmere. And then it's got the 4-bar on that. They're very good looking collaborative headphones. I was very impressed with the collaboration.
Okay. That's the way collabs should be.
And they're not expensive either. They're pretty reasonable from what I understand.
Hopefully they partnered with our friends at Quince for that Mongolian cashmere at half the price.
That is not what they did. There was a guy walking in the show, a football player.
Period.
A professional football player who I recognized. I think his name is Justin Jefferson. I recognize him because he was on one of my football reality shows, and he was in the sort of run through. He was wearing several diamond chains, but then he had a pair of Beats that had been bedazzled. And he was wearing on his head sort of like an accessory, not on his ears, you know what I mean, where you sort of have them above your ears.
So he's doing something that maybe Northwest would do.
Very much. But my question is, because his diamonds, obviously his chains and bracelets were real.
I'm looking at the photo right now of the chains. They are
unbelievable.
Fat.
They're sick.
Fat diamond chains. Jesus Christ.
Do you think, though, my question to you is, when you got it like that, no Gwen Stefani, when you got it like that, and you're an NFL player, and you want the bedazzled, like, do you ain't using like little? Do you think those diamonds could be real on his Beats?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, so you're saying are they calling Karen to do the Swarovski crystals, or are they actually pulling yellow diamonds, real shit? I mean, lab grown maybe. What about lab grown? Maybe we get a deal on the labbies.
They ain't lab grown. I'm
saying for the necklace, the jewelry, the earrings, that's real blood shit. But when we're gonna do 700 units on the Beats by Dre, maybe lab grown is a good compromise between the Swarovski and a real diamond.
No, very. I mean, it looks
When you quote got it like that, it's still going to cost $4 million instead of 40 or whatever.
No, it looked cool as hell. I was just very surprised. I was like, wow, I wonder at this level if you just go real, whereas most people just want the sparkle.
It's cool to see. Just imagine being his business manager. And just being like, so you wanna use real diamonds when you bedazzle the beats? Okay.
One of the worst jobs on earth is a professional athlete business manager. I would rather pick up trash. That is
a little Johnny Dang's just gonna super glue those things right on there, huh? And then you're gonna
what do you mean? So you're
leave them at the airport again, probably, aren't you?
All right, you got to pick one. You want to put your cousin through college, or you want to get the Johnny Dang beats? It's your choice, bro. We can't do both. Okay, we cannot do.
Do you
both.
want to do the Johnny Dang beats, or do you want to buy that island? We got to pull the trigger one way or another.
But I was okay. So I'm at this show. There's like a cocktail before the show starts because it was a live stream, and it's I'm talking to the usual suspects are there, obviously. But it's San Francisco, so it's like a different crowd. There's a lot of VICs, people from Apple, people from Facebook, etc. And I'm
a lot of crazy rich Asians in the building.
Tiana Taylor is there with her kids. They look great. And Thom Browne. There's a few other a few other people in the building. But then I see someone that mogged me, and it was Bronwyn from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
What name did you say? Bronwyn?
Bronwyn is my favorite character from Real House of Salt Lake City. But recently she's been in the news because she left her fat old rich husband, who was apparently the CEO of HP, and now she has this new sort of like a young hot boyfriend who's giving like Justin Timberlake in his prime. Okay, so they roll in.
I'm sorry, I haven't got over Bronwyn yet.
Bronwyn walks in looking stunning, all Thom Browne. The hair is because in the reunion she had long hair, didn't look great. She got short hair. And
this person is on 3 Arts and we are not.
Yeah. Bro, I'm flabbergasted by Bronwyn. I'm stunned that she's there. I wouldn't have expected it. Her new man is trailing behind. He knows the game. And I'm with Nikki Campbell, and I'm like, wow, this is. I'm with Zach Barron, Dan Riley, and Nikki Campbell. Guess who knew who she was? Only Nikki and I. Only Nikki and I knew who she was. Mm-hmm. Nikki's like, oh, I just talked to her. She's amazing. I had to go up to her. I was like, okay.
Two biggest queens in the fucking.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to
in the court.
I'm gonna have to go up to her, and I went up to her. I was like, hey, look, I'm a huge fan. I love your work. I would love to get a
pic. Hey, Bronwyn.
I would love
moment of your time, Bronwyn.
I would love to get a pic. I would love to get a picture with you. And I've said to you before, sometimes in these situations, these people think I'm like making fun of them. Because they don't. I'm not giving fan.
Oh, because they pull up and they see. I get asked this question all the time, but not from a motherfucker that look like you.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like this guy is a little. He looks like a cop. What's the catch? And so Nikki's like, I'll take the picture. And then so Nikki's taking a picture of me on his cell phone.
Okay.
And I'm smiling, etc. And then Krista, who's the GQ photographer that obviously we've worked with over the years.
Yeah, shout out Krista, you the best.
Krista sees this happening, knows who Bronwyn is, zooms in, takes the official pics. I haven't received.
That's my guy.
I haven't received them yet, but I'm just saying that the community, the GQ Real Housewives community came together to make sure that I had this special moment to save her forever.
The few, the proud, you guys are strong. Salt Lake strong.
Exactly. It was a big moment. And so we were done, and Chris was like, I fucking love her. So it was a great moment. It was a full circle moment, I would say.
Okay, how since that event happened, how often have you been refreshing your email waiting for that little Dropbox thing?
I did. I asked
for that. Let me get that Hui transfer.
I asked her to send it yesterday, and she said, I'll send it to you tomorrow. So I'm giving her till 3 p.m.
It's not at the super duper top of the pro. We're going to get the Tom Brady photos kind of touch up first, and then we'll get to you and Bronwyn.
Diplo showed up late, so we're still processing his imagery. But yeah, no, it's it was a funny.
Yeah, Queen Latifah, she's really pushing back on this. I got to say
something.
Okay.
I've seen Queen Latifah a lot in person, and she really looks great. she really has a glow to her that I feel like
she's an enigmatic force of a human.
Yes, it's really impressive. Every time I see her, I'm like, you really have the force field around you because you've been famous and
not unlike a Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. Whoopi's a little
or
more
a Mary J. No more drama in my life.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. That's all three top. All three excellent.
They enter the room and like even if you don't immediately recognize that it's Queen Latifah, just the presence in the room, you don't even have to see her. Just sense that the aura is in your zone. You're like, what's something's going on here?
You feel that you're in the presence of royalty.
Yeah, you meet Queen Latifah, like she knows your name already. Like what? You know?
Yeah. No, that really is the vibe. Oh, Chris, so lovely to see you.
How's Alex? Okay, so since you are a Bronwyn Newport aficionado, I have a few follow-ups. Does her fan base have a stan name like the racists for Addison Rae?
Okay,
the Braun winners.
Braun winners is a great one. I don't know. I mean, the thing about people like this is they're reviled as much as they are loved. So it's a little tough. You know,
that is the T.
When you're on reality TV, you have to be polarizing to be a star. The camera time is not for everyone.
Oh yeah. The reason why we get so many clicks on Spotify is not for our fans; it's for our haters.
It's true.
Okay, more questions, Chris. More questions.
Yeah.
So Bronwyn Newport, she's on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's right.
So do you know if she is a transplant or is she born and raised? SL13.
No. She's from Brazil, so she is not born and raised. But I think that to be on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you have to have some sort of Mormon connection. So I think maybe her mom or like a stepdad, someone is Mormon.
Okay.
And that is,
this
that's
plot
sort of
is
part of
thickening more than a nice Brazilian potato and mofongo stew. Okay. Okay, so she's a Brazilian person living in Salt Lake. She probably married into the Mormon culture, which is a very strict religious culture. I'm looking at her IG bio. She's a lover of fashion. And then the next thing, drag. What's up with her and drag culture? She's into drag queening.
Sometimes she looks like one when she overdoes it, but I would say that.
Okay, so is Bronwyn a Cinderfella? Is she a fella Hadid?
No, she's a woman.
Okay, so maybe she's just a fan and supporter of
the
drag
community.
queens and drag culture. She's just a member of the community.
I believe that to be the case. I don't.
Okay, I'm just saying it seems like that is potentially at odds with a conservative Mormon community, and that's probably great for ratings over at the Bravo network.
Well, all of these women sort of have defected in some way from the church. You know, they might they sip a little, they smoke a little, they fuck a little. You know, they're doing it.
It's
their
like
way.
Beck and Giovanni Ribisi and Beck. You know, we still got our email, but we ain't really fucking with it.
Just hit up Beck at Scientology.com and I'll get right back to you. Okay, I'll hit you right back on the.
I sent an email to Beck at Scientology.org. Got a bounce back. I thought that was weird. Are you doing like Sunday off out of? Okay.
Oh, dude, that's so
okay.
funny.
The next thing. The next interest of hers, popular Utah activity, surfing, which I'm assuming goes back to her roots in Rio de Janeiro. And then the next,
yeah.
Her final, this is basically her Grammy, her EGOT, her, put the big dick on the table moment. Dr. Pepper, an NBA champion for inclusion and acceptance for all.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that award existed, but I'm glad to know.
And there was a little bit of a sort of grammatical typo where she forgot to send a space between the ampersand and the NBA.
Okay.
Which, Twitter fingers.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Jason. I'm more familiar with her work from the television, than I am with some of her extracurriculars
so none of her Dr. Pepper NBA inclusion work has come across your desk at all.
I haven't. That is sort of out of my purview as a fan. But now that you have alerted me to its existence, I'm going to make sure to do the work and investigate so that I know kind of what, when it comes up, I'll be able to speak on it.
Literally all I ask, Chris. Thank you. Okay, so on the religious theme, I was thinking, I was bullshitting with Carolyn a day or two ago, a little improvisational. You were talking about how your final form is to be a mega church.
That's right.
Have your own congregation, on some righteous gemstone shit. That is true. That is your final form. Since you are such a friend to the LGBTQ plus 6-7 community, as your star continues to rise, as the walls of homosexuality and heterosexuality and all that are crumbling, will at some point we see a super gay out megachurch leader?
Oh, wow.
And when this question is all because I thought of the phrase, wouldn't it be funny if a pastor was screaming, "I bottom for the Lord"?
Well, Jason, I think that I think that could happen, but I think that the problem is that the gay community...
We obviously know the big problem.
The big problem is mainly that the gay community's been, I would say...
It's illegal to be gay and Christian.
Shunned by the church since the beginning of time. So bringing them back over, no matter how fabulous, when Benito Skinner opens a church... I think maybe,
he has such pastor energy, doesn't he?
I think Benito could maybe get a congregation riled up.
He's pastor mogging me hard.
But when they pass around the tithing bowl, is it going to be a circle jerk or is it going to be money? That's the tough question. How do you
is the tithing bowl simply full of cummies? It's a hard question.
Is the tithing
to swallow?
Is the tithing bowl more of a receptacle?
What? Okay, no. The tithing bowl goes around. It's
no loans refused. No loans refused.
No loads refused except for Discover card. Ew. No, it's only just the white Apple cards. They just clink down like a little Svedka martini.
Sweetie, we do need a new bus for the youth congregation, but we do not accept Capital One. I'm so sorry.
Are we doing a credit restoration program that's so big for you, but we don't accept that here? We are cashless.
It would be amazing to have a gay celebrity, because then like we could have the choir robes or J.W. Anderson, you know what I mean? Or it's like we could do like a pastor, what is he wearing? And it's like, oh my God, we identify, like the way that I follow like Harry Styles accounts that identify
Nikki Campbell's like, love the scepter, hate the robe.
But I could just see it now. I could see it now. Like also the church. I mean, imagine the Emily Dawn Long collaboration merch on the way out.
That's nice.
There's so much. There is a lot of money to be made, I think, as a gay. I think that also if you have the right venue, it's like, are we staging the Eckhouse Lotta show at the church? Are we doing? Is Robin playing the retreat? There's a lot to be done here, where I think that it is, and gay guys more than anyone.
Jack Donaghy on the pipe organ.
I bet he's on the pipe organ. Jesus Christ, the pipe organ took on a whole new meaning. But I think that the gay community, as much as they love money, they've sort of forgotten about this. They all work these, they all work at these nice corporate jobs,
Yeah.
They're either on TV or they work at JP Morgan, and there's something in between where you don't have to be a content creator, you don't have to be a celebrity chef. You can be a man of the robe. You can be religious, and you can sort of show them how it's done. You can flip it on its head and come at it from a whole new angle.
Mm-hmm. I think their homosexual energy was clouding this revenue stream that was sitting right in front of their face the whole time.
It was. And
sometimes you miss the forest for the trees. When the dick is right in front of your face, you can't even see the balls.
I think this is a great idea. And any powerful gay guys, if you want to get in touch with me to just talk about the church and kind of what it, how it works.
I'm glad we got clear audio of any powerful gay guys want to get in touch with me.
Who your deacons would be. It's like, who are your deacons? It's like, think of that. Think of that as like who's closing the fashion show, you know what I mean, or who's and they can't be matches from Grindr. It has to be a little more above board. It has to be
something that you bring home to meet the fam.
Yeah, exactly. And don't think that all of the fucking has to stop. I want to be clear. I think that this is
really?
No, definitely not. I think this is a modern.
Are you saying God likes to watch?
I think God does like to watch. Historically,
we are gathered here to see what outfit colors we are going to wear to the CDMX trip this weekend, y'all.
Can you just imagine? Can you imagine how the sort of the blessing before dinner is going to change? You know what I mean? Like you said, like how do you bless a bottom meal? You know what I mean? Like how does
we
the
are
wording-
Lord, we are praying for season 2 of Heated Rivalry to get green lit. I know you are dealing with hardships and struggles right now, and Lord, we need you to solidify the deal. We need to get proper distribution.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that,
And then blessing the bottom meal. Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff
Well, you know,
needs to be prayed on, and I think that it's missing. We're missing a lot
he
of it.
turned water. Jesus, he turned water into rush.
Yeah, exactly.
Before my very eyes. I feel the rush of Jesus.
I like the idea that we've reframed it as Moses splitting the Rush Sea instead of the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
I think this really could work, especially in New York or LA or a major city. Maybe we go international. You know what I mean? But I think in LA specifically, I could really imagine like a church pops up on Santa Monica. You know, they close the Ralphs and it's just a church now.
Yep. Yeah.
And then after church, you go to you go get a matcha. It's all
Sure.
there. It's it's all there. It's really easy.
And then and they have the matcha daytime church parties, but instead of playing like Justin Bieber Afro House remixes, they're playing like VTSS remixes of Abracadabra.
yeah.
They're playing like Gesaffelstein, but like the holy songs, you know.
That's a good, but like the good stuff.
And these are my kind of gays because these are the ones who are like, I'm gay, but I am a churchgoer, and that's Sam Smith. I just can't,
It's so funny.
Keep Sam out of my church.
It's so funny. Get him out.
I guess also speaking of bottoming, there's been some Epstein files being uncovered. Some of these files are recipes for Epstein's bottom meal muffins.
Did you make the bottom meal muffin yet?
I did not make the bottom meal muffins. I did see on Twitter there was a person who made them and wrote like an honest review, like, here's the recipe, I made them, gave it a rating, here's the food, blah, blah, blah. And she was like destroyed because people are saying like, don't you know that these are the muffins that Epstein feeds children before raping them?
Jesus Christ.
Which I don't think is the case. I think he's just an old guy.
It's a very old guy. It's a very old guy recipe.
Yeah, if you were a guy who grew up in the, you're pumping in the 80s and 90s, everyone was eating bran muffins. And as you get older, we got a shit. But
luckily in the Black House, it was blueberry only. That's why I was fat. But yeah.
Yeah, so I am not going to make the Epstein muffins. And if I do, I will not be posting through it. That's for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody has already done this. I mean, I'm sure it's, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's some edge.
There's going to be an underground network. I'll be live streaming my recipe on Kick. Damn, what if there's like an alt-right Bon Appetit kitchen squad?
Oh, I think those are just guys in kitchens. I don't think there's that much of a difference.
But I mean, instead of like Asian lesbians making miso gochujang brand muffins, it's like Jeffree Star and Milo Yiannopoulos, and we're like, we're gonna show you. I'm gonna teach you how to puke in a sink.
Thanks so much for joining us today in the test kitchen. Today I'm going to teach you how to throw. I mean, Jeffree Star could do a whole video on how to make anything with nails like that, and I think a lot of people would tune in.
Oh yeah.
Imagine Jeffree Star in a test kitchen with like a 9mm on his little hips, and he's got fucking.
It's a Hello Kitty 9mm.
Yeah, he's got a Hello Kitty 9mm with 7-inch press on nails, trying to knead dough. That's, I mean,
we're gonna make French fries, and that like really fucks it up, like something so easy, stupid.
Oh, good God.
Okay, we got a few more. Casey Wasserman, the guy who owns Wasserman Talent Agency, a big talent agency, a lot of musicians on there. He's also on the Olympic Committee in LA. He's being asked to resign because he was sexting G-Max while he was married about like how those massages are hidden. And people are starting to leave the agency. Friend of the show, DJ Salute, who's I think you met him at Charlie's wedding. He's leaving, and a bunch of other people are leaving, which does take some balls to leave your agency as a busy DJ. What do you think about all this?
I mean, as I've said a million times, you trace anything to the top, and it's going to be bad. And I think that.
Not our agency, CAA, though.
Not
right?
Of course not. No, of course not. That's different. I mean, I think that I don't know. I'm not super familiar with what Casey Wasserman actually did besides be on emails.
He was sexting and hanging out with and seemingly, fucking Ghislaine Maxwell, and which is what we know. So like, who knows what we don't know? You know what I mean?
But okay, all right. But fucking Ghislaine is not. That's not. I mean, that's just a certain taste. You know what I mean? That's not. That's two adults. I mean,
obviously these are two consenting adults, so there's no legal issue in terms of children's stuff. But I think more so, it's just like, oh. No, I didn't kill anyone. I was just fucking Charles Manson.
It's bad. I mean,
what are you talking about?
It's bad. I mean,
okay, you're all good.
It's also like, bro, if you're gonna represent Best Coast, you better believe she's gonna fucking leave if you're in the Epstein emails. You know what I mean? Like, that's a reasonable, like, the kind of artists that you're representing are going to fucking leave. They're gonna make a stink about it because that's what you built your brand on, was sort of this indie.
Okay, so Best Coast might leave, but John Summit's probably gonna be okay. He's probably not gonna.
John Summit doesn't even know who his agent is. Like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's like, oh, cool, man. Yeah. I think that guy is definitely bad. I think the degrees of it are going to be determined. But I think that if you don't like, I mean, I think it's you know what it is? I'll say this. I think it's a kind of thing where you can make your statement and leave and feel good about it, and also go get another agent to do that job relatively easily. So it's kind of the perfect, like, you know what? I don't fuck with this guy. Maybe I never fucked with this guy, but I thought I wasn't empowered enough to leave and go do something. But it's sort of like all these Washington Post layoffs. It's like those people, the good people, are just going to go get jobs, and everybody else isn't. It's like you're going to be fine.
So to distill your thoughts, the Epstein file release was a positive thing for, giving some people the strength to leave a toxic agency representation.
Well, I just think it's like, you actually know. I mean, it's one thing to be like, I don't like this guy.
Epstein equals empowering. I get it. I think that's cool.
It's one thing to be like, I don't like this guy. It's also like, when's the last time anybody was actually dealing with him? It's probably been a very long time.
Of course.
But I'm sure.
But, it's just like when his name is the name, really kind of hammers it home, versus like, Netflix is owned by a guy, but it's not, his name isn't Netflix.
I didn't even know about the Olympics. Cool. I think of Wasserman as like an indie, like a indie booking agent. I didn't even know about the Olympic stuff. I didn't know about all the sports stuff. I knew it was bigger now, but I had no idea. I had no idea.
No, they're big, because I think they represent like the LA Coliseum, where the 84 LA Olympics were.
It's big.
I mean,
it's big.
I think they have some big ties, but also, I think it was Adam Carolla actually who would say, like, never, when your kids are in school and they say who's going to volunteer to babysit the kids this weekend on the little camping trip, the first dad who raises his hand, don't pick him, kind of thing.
Yes.
And whoever wants to volunteer to be on the Olympic committee, you just can't trust whatever that person's up to. Like, that's a job that nobody should want to do unless they have, sinister motives, I would say.
That's true. And the guy's bad. I mean, leave, if it's not going to affect, if it's not going to like immediately negatively
Wasserman, come on the pod,
impact how you're going to feed your family, like, get the fuck out of there. Who gives a fuck? Like, these guys, there's plenty of places to go. There's plenty of places to go.
That's right. Shout out to, Best Coast, ex-guest. Let's see. I guess that's pretty much it. What are you gonna do for the Super Bowl? What are you ordering? You're not gonna cook? You're probably just gonna order in?
I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's options, but I'm trying to.
Well, we have options.
Well, yeah. Is there
a viewing party at the Bodie store? What's going on?
There's a viewing party. It's Oscar de la Renta and Puck are hosting a viewing party. Which is one of the funniest sentences I've ever said, but I don't know. It's cold enough. Like, I'm usually, like, last night Alex and I went to dinner with my friend Michelle and her boyfriend Ben, and like, it was fucked up cold, and we get to the restaurant and it's packed. So it's sort of like, I feel like I don't know what I want to do. I can brave the cold. I cannot brave the cold, but I have a big week, kind of, and I don't really. Sunday night is a tough one to hit the town.
Yeah, I don't think you should. I think Sunday night is about staying at home with your squad.
I agree, and I
just
think
nothing but you, your wife, and a 75-inch Samsung flat screen.
And it's going to take ordering anything,
playing Trump RX ads while you eat onion dip.
Anything. I mean, I was hoping to get an invite to Joe Budden's house, but once again, I've been passed over.
Imagine that platter.
Dude.
Imagine getting a plate at Joe Budden's Super Bowl party. Ooh.
Well, he makes it. I mean, he makes his own chicken dip, and they say it's fire.
Joe Budden chicken dip. This is like a little buffalo dip.
I guess we need to get if anybody from the Joe Budden team is listening, please send Jason the recipe.
Epstein files should have Joe Budden's buffalo hot wing dip in there.
That'd
somewhere.
be nice. We need to get that recipe. We need to leak it. How Long Gone? Thank you for listening. We're back next week with more podcasts. We have another video installment coming soon. Jason was in the lab yesterday.
Yeah, it should be this week. I was in the lab getting the edit on. I was all up in Adobe Premiere Pro all day yesterday, creating gold that did not need to be created. We're using AI a little bit, Chris. We're making you look different. Your
good.
Face and your body.
I hope you make me look like Bad Bunny wearing a beanie with horns. That's what I'm trying to kind of go for as I move forward.
I don't know if you're gonna like it, but we'll see.
I mean, I don't like anything.
The body is T, but the face changes. Well, I don't want to, but yeah. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll be releasing a really funny, great video piece soon. Quite a diverse cast of podcast friends on the show this week. I'm quite looking forward to it. Hope everyone has a dope Sunday.
Dope Sunday. Who are you betting on for this football? What did you do with your bookie?
I got 10K on Seahawks.
Okay, 10K on Seahawks. All right, put me down for 100. All right, thanks for listening. HowLongGone.com. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.